Dang, the League of Villains falling on hard times, huh? I don't know. Shigaraki better make like Endeavor and learn how to sell that booty on the corner for some cash, know what I'm saying? Hey, it's Truth Hero, and welcome back to another My Hero Academia chapter review. Today, we'll be discussing Boku no Hero Academia chapter 220 of the manga. Now, I know a lot of you wanted to see a continuation and the Liberation Army explored more, but that'll have to wait for this week as we're only focusing on our favorite group of baddies. So join me in discussing the latest chapter of My Villain Academia. Nice. I always wondered how the League of Villains, and any villains in the My Hero Academia universe for that matter, made money when their big boss goes to jail. And it's as we assumed, they just steal things and then turn profit. But in the case of the League, things aren't going so good for Shigaraki and crew. Now, we have a lot to talk about with the League of Villains, but let's first discuss their problem of being broke. So, they go off to steal some valuable items from a group called the Church of Radical Cleanliness, which is a cult or religious organization that discriminates against mutants. And much to their surprise, they don't find anything of value. Twice even comments that, aren't religious industries usually very profitable? Why is there nothing here? Now, not right now in the story, as it's not really the time, but I think it'd be very interesting if Horikoshi actually provided a commentary on religion in the universe of My Hero Academia. This group of old mutant haters, they would be bigoted towards people such as Touhou from Class 1A and also the Beast Kid, I forget his name, from Class 1B. But also, as we see here, Spinner from the League of Villains. For a group of minor characters that is just to be killed off by the League of Villains, I love the writing around the mutant haters. Spinner tells us that the word mutant isn't really a good word, and even though we all use it casually, it could get you in trouble in more formal situations. Now, I'm not really sure why this stood out to me, but it kind of reminds me of our current times where political correctness is sort of governing what we can and cannot say, which I hate. But it is interesting to see this in the context of a hero society where people would definitely have a reaction to quirks manifesting, especially ones that mutate the body. And there might even be words or slurs that are used to discriminate against certain groups, such as mutants. I love the writing here by Horikoshi because it really shows us that no matter how far off the path of human we get with superpowers and mutations, humanity remains the same. It remains stagnant in this constant battle between those who are privileged and those who are disenfranchised in society. And in the case of My Hero Academia, it's the heroes and the people they help versus the villains. This also has X-Men vibes, and I really gotta respect Horikoshi for continuing with the old school comic book theme in this arc. We first had the Joker in the old CEO that was introduced, and now we have discrimination against mutants. So I'm over here wondering, what's next? I can't wait to find out. Now on to the power. And there is a lot we have to unpack here with Kurogiri, the Doctor, and of course, Gigantomachia. Shigaraki is lonely without Kurogiri and says that Kurogiri actually failed in activating this power. Now, this power refers to something a physician that worked closely with All For One had his hand in. And I can only assume that this is the same physician that was not only keeping All For One alive in the shadows before he was arrested, but also the one that is the mastermind behind genetically engineering the Nomu. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Kurogiri failed at activating this power and is now in jail, hence why Shigaraki misses him. But Kurogiri got arrested just outside of UA school grounds by Ectoplasm and the dog teacher. So, either Kurogiri wanted to see the cultural festival, or he was stopped on his way to activate this power. This could mean that the physician working for All For One, who is in charge of this power, is in UA, or at least very close to the school. The second thing is, if you're familiar with the doctor theory, which states that All For One's physician is the same doctor that told Deku he didn't have a quirk when he was younger, we may just get our next important villain in My Hero Academia. How twisted would it be if All For One actually engineered a situation where Deku is to know this physician? Crazy. It also might mean that this power is right on UA's doorstep, and that Gigantomachia and the League of Villains in hiding are closer to our heroes than we think. Before going on to talk about the power and Gigantomachia, I just want to say, fabulous pep talk, Spinner. Fabulous pep talk. Even though nobody respects you. But hey, you're asking the right questions, kiddo. Who knows, maybe we'll get some more character development from Spinner. We already got a bit of his backstory, and now is the time if we're going to explore the backstories of all the other members of the League of Villains. So, yeah. More Lizard Boy, please. At the end of the chapter, we see the power that Kurogiri was looking to activate reveal itself as Gigantomachia. But much to Shigaraki's surprise, it isn't his to wield just yet. Gigantomachia has been waiting for the successor of All for One, for the right signal, and just pops up out of the ground. Comment below, besides some serious size mutation, what does this giant, this titan, this absolute unit of a man have for a quirk? I think, like the 7 Deadly Sins Dian, and no, I won't stop mentioning that anime, Gigantomachia has a quirk which allows him to control the earth right beneath his feet. This power of Gigantomachia should be interesting for 2 reasons. 1. In the League of Villains fighting him, they're not only proving that they deserve the loyalty of the #1 servant of All for One, but also that they're capable in combat to face any new heroes and villains like the Liberation Army. 2. That, if successful, Shigaraki might actually have control over Gigantomachia. That's right, in the last panel of the chapter, the radio blares up and the doctor addresses Shigaraki asking him, "Are you having any trouble?" Like this is some sort of test or puzzle that Shigaraki needs to figure out. I predict that Gigantomachia wants to know Shigaraki is strong since All for One somehow controlled him in the past and wants his next master to be strong as well. After all, Gigantomachia is very emotional over the fact that Shigaraki isn't strong enough, and he wants to be sure he'll follow this new successor. So Shigaraki better figure out this puzzle if he's to wield this power, and also survive. Also, the way Gigantomachia wears the radio around his neck, it leads me to believe that he's actually controlled by sound. After all, this isn't really a new concept. We've all seen the brute monster controlled by a simple pluck of the string, so perhaps Horikoshi is incorporating that element here. As always, thanks for watching. Let me know down below in the comments, how will Shigaraki prove his worth? And if he does, how will he wield this power? But also, what the hell is Gigantomachia truly capable of? If you like these My Hero Academia chapter reviews or My Hero Academia content, consider enrolling at UA today by clicking the subscribe button down below. And until next time, plus ultra.